Growing up in India in the 90s, for us, chai wasn't just a drink. It was something that was served in small glasses but had big emotions. We changed our cities and we changed our countries. But chai is something that has stayed with us till date. A little cup that traveled with us across maps, memories, and years. So, if you have ever felt that pull and that comfort with a chai, please come with us on this journey. And if you are new to chai, stay with us. I promise you will feel its magic by the end. There is a certain sound that belongs only to India: the scrape of fresh ginger being crushed, the slow boil of milk edging towards the top of the pan, and that churning motion where the chaiwala is mixing everything with a rhythm he has mastered over the years. Every cup of chai here carries a little story: a pinch of masala, a slice of ginger, a memory of the hands that made it. So, this isn't a recipe, guys, it is a ritual. Chai has always been more than a drink. For many of us, it becomes a kind of compass, something that quietly points us back to home, no matter where we are on the map. And that same compass carries our story forward, from the streets of India to a quiet corner in Amsterdam. But chai is more than a tasty beverage from India. It's a story. So we went looking for people who have kept that story alive. Mira Manek may have grown up outside India, but her visits back and her connection to its traditions shaped her book, The Book of Chai. It's where she explores the cultural and socio-economic story of this drink, along with many interesting details that most of us never think about.
Welcome, Mira. This is Maps and Metaphors, and we would like to just have a normal chit chat with you. And we are connecting over chai. So, yeah. So, my first question is always like, how about chai? How you connected to chai? Could you please let us know?
Yeah, I absolutely, I've always loved chai. Growing up, I drank chai, although my version was actually without tea leaves. My mum would make it with spices, a spice mix with milk and a bit of sugar. And then obviously, as we grew older, we added the tea to it. And so chai became a ritual and always has been. And I grew up seeing my parents, my grandparents drink chai or make chai every single day. And that's what chai means to me. It's like a lovely ritual that you start the day with and often have it in the middle of the day as well.
Okay, that's interesting. And like, if you would like to introduce to the audience about your background, about yourself, please go ahead for that.
I have written 3 books. My first book is a cookbook called Saffron Soul. My second book is a book on Ayurveda and rituals called Prajna Ayurvedic Rituals for Happiness. And this is my third book, which is sort of a compilation of stories, history, and recipes. And in each of the books, I have given sort of my personal journey as well. And I think that's sort of my main thing. I love storytelling. And then
Okay.
I also have a chai brand and I supply chai spice blends to cafes and restaurants in the UK and abroad.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, nice to see you. How good that we are connecting over chai.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's such a nice thread, originated in India, like the version we know, the
exactly.
masala chai, and it's now all over the place. And
Correct.
actually, we are connecting in the cafe, and yeah, it has traveled really, really far. And I think I had a brief glimpse of your book while reading the sample. It's you say that it started in early 1900s, where it was turned from a colonial product to the masala chai
Indianization.
Indianization. Let's say that. Yeah.
Or somebody coined it when I was doing my research as Lussification of chai.
Lussification. Oh yeah,
so
of
like
course, we are
lassi is
used
in
to it.
India.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
So
course, of course.
yeah. So how did the Lussification of chai happen? It's same way as saying
Yeah.
the Indianization of chai.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, like people were not used to having chai, right? Like from India, of course, and it was only for the elites. The common men would never have a chance to have
Yeah,
chai, like
exactly.
before 1900s, probably. And then, like, I mean, I always get amazed reading more about it, and I'll be honest that I got introduced to your book like through Eva when we connected. We were making a small short which was about the chai and the history. And it's on Instagram still. And that's how I got to know about you, that you are coming here. Um, yeah, while researching there, a lot of things I didn't know myself. That it was always for the elites, and then it became for the common people because they wanted uh, local consumers, right? Because the export would be a little bit risky when there was an over production. I will probably add a lot of voiceovers to give a little bit of context what we are talking about.
Okay.
But you mentioned you explored chai traveling through India, right? How was that experience? Like, did you do it on purpose?
No, it wasn't on purpose. I was always traveling India for various reasons. I've been going to India since I was a child, and I've spent so much time in different parts of India.
Yeah.
And chai was just part and parcel of the experience. So, in essence, I grew, I was a travel journalist before. So, in essence, what I've done in this book and what I started off writing was all my lovely travel stories around India and different parts of India and traveling by train and, landing up in this place and having a chai in the morning. But chai sort of connected. I made chai connectable, but actually they're just travel stories of my travels in India. And chai just becomes a part and parcel of that. And then at the same time, I've woven in my grandmother's stories of her growing up in India and what her story of migration was. And again, I sort of brought chai into it. So in a way, chai was the excuse to tell these stories.
Very interesting. I think it's sort of a culture now, right? Like how, so you see chai also as a culture, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. I mean, chai culture has been there for so many, many, many years. The culture of drinking chai, having gossiping over chai, catching up over chai, um, having meeting friends over chai, talking politics over chai, having deals over chai, selling saris and having chai. Like you always offer chai to somebody, whether it's a guest or something for someone you're selling something to, or someone you're discussing politics with, or whatever it is. There are so many things that chai just becomes a part and parcel of all conversations.
Yeah. Also, because you were never raised in India, but you always were connected, right?
Yeah.
Probably were visiting, traveling, but you grew up in UK, if I understood it correctly, right? So there's more of a coffee culture, right? When you were growing up, you had your friends, probably your cousins as
Mhm.
well. How was that fitting in? Because chai, the masala chai,
Sort of chai is something that I have at home.
because you were introduced to it very early.
Yeah, but it was just something that I had at home. Maybe not even every day, but coffee is something I had when I went out. I guess that came later in life, like in my late teens, early 20s, having a coffee. And then I really got into coffee. But I do remember in my university days, when I was living away, I would make my chai on the stove in the mornings.
Wow.
So I did love it. And I used to take my spice mix and put it in. So I carried on the ritual of making chai for many years. I actually don't remember when I first started to drink coffee. I loved coffee. I started this morning having some coffee as well. So I sort of mix between the two. I just like hot drinks. So even like when I'm not having anything, I'll have some hot water.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting that story you're telling, right? Because being exposed to like a totally different culture, but of course, like a lot of India, it makes it very unique. And I think I had a brief look at your book as well, reading the sample. You mentioned about Mahashivratri and also about Mahakum, and that's where the chai becomes even more interesting and some stories that you have. So, like you were, but before that, like I would also like to understand, like you were visiting India often, like every year.
Yeah, every year. I visited every year for many years now.
Wow.
Just for different things, spiritual.
Out of curiosity, because we grew up in India and now been living in Netherlands for almost 9 years. and we are not so exposed to the Indians or like people from Indian origin who are living in UK or like in Uganda. We don't have that many friends. So how common is it to visiting, like for the kids visiting India, or was it just in your family, like something?
That's an interesting question because I know a lot of Indians in London. I grew up knowing a lot of Indians.
Yeah.
A lot of them did go and a lot of them didn't go. And even now, there's a lot that do go and there's a lot that don't go. It is very much to do with your connection with your family, with how you were brought up, with essentially what takes you to India. The odd person might just go for a shopping trip for their wedding. There are some people who go very often because they have family there. And there's some people who have a spiritual connection or some guru that they follow and then they go for that. Or there are some people who want to do the yoga teacher training there. With the Indians, I would say it's a real 50-50 mix. There are so many Indians I know that haven't really been much. And there are some Indians I know who have been lots of times. So it's but people are very sort of used to the idea of going to India mostly. But there's so many Indians in the UK that it's hard to say, give a generalization.
Yeah, that's always difficult.
But there's a real connection there. And but there are a lot of people who still haven't been. So
I think that we will be able to see that more and more. There is some sort of a parallel I'm trying to draw, because your great grandfather left India, and ever since you guys are not like really, your family is not in India, right? Like, but still you're visiting for the relatives for example. Similarly, like a lot of folks from India, like us, who are traveling or like have moved out because of the opportunity or for masters, this pattern is going to come be more visible. That's also a lesson, like, a lot of young folks, for example, we have a son. There would be difficulty after a while to, give that
gap.
flavor, that connection to India.
Unless you keep going back.
Yeah, so like how do you see coming back, like at this age, the way it was maybe when you were a teenager? I think I remember 2005 about your narration of Mahashivratri. That was very personal,
Yeah.
right? How did you see it? Like, was it natural, or were you like resisting? No, and
No, I did all of these things because I started enjoying India from the age of 12. I started going to India probably before 12, but 12 was my first experience semi-alone. Like I wasn't with my entire family then. I was and I just was drawn to it, the spiritual side. And then I loved Bombay. I loved the mayhem in Bombay. And I think getting a flavor of that and enjoying it. And there are people who don't enjoy it as well. I do. I mean, I think my connection to India is very much like, oh, I've landed somewhere that I know. I feel a sense of home there. I'm not sure I'd live there, but I do feel a sense of home and belonging there.
Yeah.
And I do think India is so vast that I can't say that every part I feel at home in. It's very much like, the cities that I know well or the places that I know better that I feel a sense of being comfortable in.
That's very deep. Like even having the first glimpse of the book, I could see that when you even mentioned Bhopal, because we have a big connection with Bhopal. We did our university there. We both met there, and then ever since, it was back in 2006. We started our university over there, and then we've been to Pune. And I think like your perspective about Kullar chai and then cutting chai, and like also the namak wali chai in Bhopal. Like oh. You don't seem that you were not born in India. The connection is that deep. So like that was really
It's
interesting.
certainly there, but there's also a lot of research in this book.
Yeah.
So that also helps. I did spend time in India when I was researching, speaking to people I know. I've also read a lot. But yeah, I've spent time in India, and I think that's probably the flavor that comes. Yeah.
Is traveling in train and having chai normal for you? I mean, like it's
Not really.
you ought
I
to
haven't
ask
done
you
it in a
right now.
while. I haven't done it in a while, but I have done it, yes. And there is a story in the book, which is me traveling on a train and having chai. Yeah. And that story is the journey from Varanasi, Bihar to Delhi. I've done it in different, I've probably done it in other times, I just can't remember it.
Yeah.
I haven't done a train journey in India in a while, though, because I take planes now.
Yeah. But of course, like it has a different.
It has
We have a nostalgia, like growing up
Yeah,
with
there
that.
is nostalgia, yeah.
A lot of
Even to me, it's nostalgic. Like just the idea of. In fact, I'm lying. I did a train journey last year. I did it from somewhere in Gujarat to Bombay. It was amazing, I did it with my family. Yeah, it wasn't a sleeper train. It was only 5 hours, so it was lovely.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
still, like,
trains have really changed in India too.
yeah, they have. Indeed.
Every story adds a new layer, and sometimes the best stories come from people who have carried chai across continents. So after Amsterdam, we went to Zoetermeer, where we met Ashrita, the heart behind My Chai Club. Her chai journey spans Hyderabad in India, Australia, and now the Netherlands. A chai passport of its own.
Hi,
Hi.
come in. Yeah, this is my menu. This is what I serve at my chai club.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Oh, nice. I would like to have one masala chai.
Sure, please have a seat.
Thank you.
You said you want masala chai, right? So I'll
Yes.
make masala chai from scratch. Hope that is fine for you.
Yeah, of course.
And do you like it more stronger or do you like it more lighter?
It's a
How
medium.
do you prefer
not
your
very
chai?
strong, not very light.
Yeah,
It's a medium.
medium.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So in the meanwhile, we can communicate, like we can talk
Yeah,
about
we
you.
can get to know each other
Yeah.
then in the meanwhile. So, I would like to ask what inspires you to have this?
So when I first came to Netherlands, I'm not a coffee fan at
Okay,
all.
okay.
So I was like, uh, what should I do to connect with the people here who are more of internationals, not only Dutch but internationals and expats? Then I thought, why not I introduce chai to the international people, also Dutch people, but I think more of international, like feels like they miss home. So I thought maybe chai can help them not missing home, and that's how this first chai club started.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Introduce to our channel about us, about your journey to the Netherlands, how it started. And
I came from south part of India, and I got married recently, like not recently, but it's been 3 years. So I moved to Netherlands with my husband here. I was searching for jobs because I had IT background. So I thought I'll search and in the meanwhile also do something else as well. My chai club has been in my mind since 2 years almost, because I was feeling very lonely, especially during winters when you want people. I'm a person where I want people around me always. Always means always. So that's why I thought, why not invite 10 or 15 strangers to home and start something like a community and a safe space.
I would like to know, like, for how long the cafe has been started.
It's been 1 month, but
One.
yeah, 1 month it's been my launch. But I did two separate launches. That one with especially with Indians and Indian friends, so that I get the more of feedback and everything. But also I did it with my colleagues and also my international friends and Dutch friends, and they love it. So they were like, wow, we thought it's like black tea, it's just milk with cool milk.
Yeah.
But this is completely different with all the spices, all the cardamom, ginger,
Yes.
cinnamon, cloves,
Yeah.
all with the spices. They really felt very uh, relaxed in their
Yeah.
throat,
Yeah.
and they had very good mood as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's more like the herbal tea for them,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah, that's true. That's good to know.
So what I added in this, I added for the masala chai is cardamom, cloves, cinnamon, uh, star anise, ginger, black cardamom, and cinnamon stick. So for the masala chai, I think it's masala, right? So we need all the spices in it.
Yeah.
That's why I added all the spices in the masala chai. And then
Wow.
I boil for some time so that you get the aroma of the all the masalas, and also the steam helps you relax when you breathe in, and also it feels very uh, calm for you because of the smell. Like it's all over the house, so it's really nice to keep the aromas there.
Okay, so Ashrit, I would like to know who is your inspiration behind this concept of the chai club?
So first, my inspiration started when I was doing masters in Australia. So I had a senior in my college. He just started naturally because when his mom was in Australia visiting, there was no chai places at all like back how we have it in India. Then he thought, why not I start the chai cafe itself, and that's how he started, and he dropped out from the college. So his shop name is called Dropout Chai Wala. So it means it's his own chai wala, where he's the chai wala of the Dropout Chai Wala. So that's how inspired me from him. His name is Sandeep. So Sanjeet. Uh, that's how it's very inspiring for me. And also, when I was here in the beginning of my first winters in the Netherlands, I went out at 8 o'clock, I think so, in the evening. There was no chai at all anywhere. I couldn't find it, and if you go to Starbucks, there was chai latte, but it was not as similar as what we drink chai is in India.
Yes.
So I thought it's better we have something similar to where they can just sit and talk with the cup of chai instead of cup of coffee. So that's how it started all of this.
Okay, wow, good to know. And if you would like to share some of your childhood memories related to chai, like how it all started with chai, any fondest memory that you have?
Yeah, I do have one very interesting one. When I was 5 year old, I think so. I was diagnosed with something and I was in a hospital. Then I really wanted to drink something when I couldn't eat anything because of the medicine and everything. So I want to drink something, and that's when they in the hospitals they bring the thermos and small cups of small cups, right? And they pour the chai, and I taste. That's the first time I sipped my first chai, and it was really nice. I really felt very good from my heart.
Okay.
So I thought I started from then, like when I was 4 or 5. So whenever my parents or my grandparents used to drink chai, they would pour me in steel cups where we drink in a small steel
Yeah,
cups.
yes.
So I still have them. I sometimes drink here as well instead of the ceramic cups. Sit and drink in the steel cups so that I get all those memories back when I'm
Okay.
just drinking.
Wow, good to
Yeah.
know.
And what is yours? Your childhood memory?
Yeah, for me, there's not any specific childhood memories, but both my mother and father, they are the big chai lovers.
Yeah.
So it's very common in Indian household that the kids used to get these kind of taste of chai or other things so quickly at
Yeah.
the early age.
Yeah.
So when they introduced chai to me, then I started liking it, and they both have used to have their morning rituals with the chai.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed their company, sit with them, and have my tea.
Yeah.
So it is still going on. Like whenever I go
Whenever
back
you
to
travel to India.
with to them,
Yeah.
we all sit together and have the chit chat and have the chai in the morning. So
Yeah.
it's a very different feeling.
Yeah.
So that is why I was really excited about your chai club thing, because when you mentioned that it's kind of a chai par charcha
Yeah.
that we have in India. So yeah, I wanted to experience that. That's why I'm here today for you. Shrita, I have a question to you.
Yes.
You are from the southern part of India.
Yeah. From Hyderabad. Yes.
Yeah, from Hyderabad.
Yes.
So, is chai there in Hyderabad is different from the chai in the northern part of India where I belong to?
Yes, I think it's totally different because it depends on which part or which region are you coming from. So I'm from Hyderabad, and in Hyderabad we have Irani chai. It's very famous for, and also it goes with Usmania cookies, where I think, I don't know how you make in northern part of India the chai, but in south part we do more of milk and less of water, like sometimes with 100% milk itself. And the Irani chai is a bit different. The way you make the Irani chai is very much different. Is that you boil milk and then you boil water aside. It's like the tea decoction and water separately and the milk separately, and then they do some ratio. It's 50-50, and they add first tea decoction and then the foam of the milk.
Okay.
So that's how the like 10% of the milk, but more of 40% will be the foam of the milk, and then they mix it. So that's how the Irani chai is made. And the Irani chai, they dip it with Usmania biscuits or Karachi biscuits. That's heart. That's home actually. That's what I feel when you ask me about what chai is really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people there in Hyderabad, they mostly prefer the Iranian chai or the normal Indian chai that we used to make at home.
So everyone has their own preferences, I think, and there is no perfect chai, right? So everyone has their own recipes at their homes, but also people really like to drink Irani chai not every day, but they go to Charminar, like during night, like Ramzan, and also during like every nights around 12 or 1, just to drink Irani chai. So it's very popular there in Hyderabad. To make it in your home, or how is it different compared to Hyderabad that you're in your place? Like you're from MP, right? So
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's more over the same way that we prepare the Indian tea around all over place in India. But indeed, yeah, of course, we sometimes have the 50% of water, 50% of milk.
Yeah.
And some household prefer more milk than
Yeah.
the water, but
Yeah.
it's not always the pure milk tea. So I used to prepare with
what is not the pure milk tea? I didn't get you.
pure milk tea means not the 100% milk. So we need to add, we always put some water in the milk.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
either it's 50% or 80% or 20%, it depends on the choice.
Yeah.
I used to put 50% of water and 50% of milk.
Yeah.
And then of course I boil both together, then put some masala
Yeah.
of the cinnamon or the
Cardamom,
or
cloves.
sometimes I used to put the ginger.
Yeah.
Because we know that in winters the gingers are always good.
Yeah,
For
for
the
your
throat.
sore
So
throats,
so
yeah.
I always used to put the ginger in the tea.
Yeah.
And then little bit sugar and the tea leaves and boil it at certain color.
Yeah.
So when that certain color reaches in the chai, then I'm
it's
like,
ready.
okay, now the chai
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah.
So I always use that, and I think it's the same concept in the part where I belong to in India.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's nice to hear. Do you also know that few of my friends, they are from south part of India, like not from Hyderabad but from Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
They add, instead of milk, they add condensed milk as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, they add condensed milk. They do a lot of like 70% of tea and like black tea, and 30% of condensed milk, and they just don't boil condensed milk at all. It's just they add it. That's it. It's like sugar and also the milk.
Yeah. Okay.
So it
then
tastes a bit different as well.
But then it's very sweet, if I understand, because the condensed milk itself is sweet.
Too sweet, yeah. It's with
Yeah,
sugar, right?
And then
Yeah.
on top of that, if you add sugar, then
Yeah.
it's very sweet. Okay, that's
It is.
interesting to know.
Yeah. So the chai is almost ready. I hope you will like it. And here is it.
Thank you.
So this is how we drink in India, right? In the cutting chai, mainly in Mumbai.
We used to have it a lot when we were in India.
Cheers.
Wow.
To chai.
Cheers.
I hope you like masala chai palak. How do you think of it?
Yes, Ashwata, it's very tasty. Thank you for it.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. I would like to know how to book an appointment for the chai club.
Yes, so I'm on my Instagram called My Chai Club, and also I have a website mychaiclub.nl. So where you can go in the products, you find paint and sip chai and cooking class workshops and also brewing chai with me. There are some slots, there are some chai and snacks evenings like I do on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday, like 1.5 hour in the evening at 4 to 5:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what are the days where the chai club is open?
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
4 to 6:30. It's always open. So you
Okay.
can come and just take away as well. So
Wow.
yeah.
Nice. Good to know.
So, from the markets of India to the cafes of Europe, we learned something simple and beautiful. Chai may change its flavor, its spices, even its color, but the feeling it brings stays the same. In every city, in every home, there's someone holding a cup that reminds them of where they come from or where they want to go. And maybe that's why chai travels so far, because it carries our stories with it. For us, this journey was not just about finding good chai, it was about meeting the people who keep its spirit alive in the recipes, in books, in workshops, and in small communities that feel like home. So, wherever you're watching from, we hope you felt a little warmth, a little memory, a little comfort, the way chai has always given us. This is not just a journey of chai, it's a journey of belonging, of culture, of connection, and it continues wherever the next cup takes us.